Hi, welcome to a podcast about Grey's Anatomy. I'm Micah, and my friend Ada's here. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, I'm Ada.
So, yeah, we're starting a podcast that needs something new, some new content. So, she's watched more than I have. I've literally just watched the first episode. Let me just say it was hard to keep track of. When my sister and grandparents watch it, they say it's good. So, we're watching it. So, before we get started, why don't you just say, why do you like Grey's Anatomy?
I like it because I like how much there is in the episode and how action-packed it is, and because it's also like what I want to do with my career and stuff. Like, I want to go into surgery and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think people probably watch the show. I mean, sure, it's like soap opera in a sense, but it's also like important stuff like to learn about, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you want to go in that career, I feel like it's pretty good when it comes to accuracy in the medical profession. Like, I watch certain medical dramas that don't focus too much on the drama and not enough on the serious stuff.
Yeah.
Here, I think they finally get balance, which is a good thing. Okay. Yeah. So, I feel like we should just go ahead and start out. So, we have characters called Meredith and Derek. And I guess they hooked up the night before, and now they're waking up in the morning, and she has to go to work. 48-hour shift. That's a long shift.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot to... Throughout the series, I think they're very... it's very complicated. They have a really complicated relationship, and 48 hours is a really long shift, but sometimes I've watched it and they've stayed over 48 hours, and I don't know how they do it.
48 hours. I mean, we go to school for how long? Like 7.5 per day? Like, whoa. Although that adds up. I mean, it's not 48 hours, obviously, but it definitely adds up our school week.
Yeah.
We meet the other people. So we have Meredith, we have Izzy, we have George, and we have Christina for these 4 interns. And they've all been all been to college, I assume, at this point.
Yeah.
So they all have experience in the medical career. So they kind of get everything thrown at them. I mean, Dr. Bailey, who's definitely a no-nonsense person, wants everything to go a certain way. She says, don't wake me unless your patient's about to die.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this whole setup?
I like it. I think throughout the show there's a lot that happens between them, and I feel like they're really important people, and they're very significant if you keep watching, but it gets pretty dramatic, and there's just a lot of drama between all of them. And then there's not a lot about Alex in the first episode, but right now he just seems like more of like a mean person that yells at nurses for a living.
And flirts with Meredith.
Oh, yeah.
So they all get assigned to their own patients, or Meredith gets assigned to this girl named Katie, who's a beauty, or someone who does beauty pageants or something along the lines of that, and George gets assigned to this guy named Tony, who's struggling, and they both bond with the people. So they find out that Katie is having something called grand mal seizures or something like that, and that was a lot to take in the first episode. Like, I'm still getting used to everything, and then we're introduced to like grand mal seizures. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Since I'm on season 12 now, Katie actually comes back, and it's not spoiling it because you'll see it, and I'm not going to say a lot, but she basically does come back into the emergency room again. So the other day I was literally actually watching that episode, and it's weird to go back and look at like what happened in the first episode compared to like season 12. You know, like there's a lot going on, and I think the part that was really sad to me that I forgot about kind of until I rewatched the first episode was when George's patient died, like when he had to let him go. I thought that was really sad because I kind of forgot about that, and he got in trouble for promising that he was going to live, but...
Well, I think one thing I noticed about is everyone's still learning But I also feel like it's in a situation where everything's tough. Like, everything's, like, busy, as you can see. Like, they're literally thrown in to do all this stuff. George gets to perform the first surgery on someone or, like, help out with it. And, yeah, he ends up making a wrong move, and he gets pushed to the side, and then his patient ends up dying later on. But what's sad about it is that he's already, like, connected, I guess, with the wife of this person, and promised that, you know, Tony would live. So it's really sad that, I understand how George was like, how the wife got mad at him, but it's still sad. Like, I felt bad for him. I mean, it's literally his first day or first 2 days, and I mean, he already had to witness his patient dying. It's sad, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's... Also, I don't really like Burke, and that also kind of plays into the fact that I've seen a lot more episodes, but I don't like him at all, and I know it's hard, and you have to, like, be able to be pushed to work as a surgeon, but I just do not like him. And then the fact that everybody called George 007, like, it's so funny, but it's so, like, I'd feel bad because I feel like that'd be so, like, I don't know, embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. 007, that was funny, and how they were all watching him from like, the window doing it, and how the guy kept, like, giving them the death stare.
Yeah.
Okay, so we find out that the Derek is a doctor there, and so there's a lot of tension with him and Meredith, and she wants to brush it off like it's never happened, where I guess he's open to explore things, which seems like a classic trope in TV. So they have, like, whatever, sexual tension. Any thoughts on that?
My only comment on that is just keep watching, because it gets really good and really bad and really sad and then really good, and it's just very... Their relationship is very bipolar.
Well, I mean, 18 seasons.
Yeah.
Ugh. And literally, like, and then of course there was sharing heavy glances during the Katie's surgery.
Yeah.
Like, so much packed into this one episode. Because he offers for Meredith to help with Katie's surgery, Christina's upset, because, you know, she's upset because of the attention Meredith's getting, and Meredith is just trying to be a good friend, so I guess there's just drama here. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, first of all, my comment to that one is also keep watching, but I also think that, since they found the thing together, I think it's kind of like Derek knew Meredith more, and I think he kind of wanted to pick on her in a sense, just because, and just saying that because I know how the relationship is, and he kind of just wanted to pick at her, but Christina was mad that she didn't get the surgery, but in the long run, I think that since they specialize in different things, it doesn't really matter, but...
Mm-hmm. I mean, we are on episode 1.
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of opportunity to do surgeries. What else do we have going on? Okay, so we have this Izzy girl who doesn't have much in the first episode. I guess she's like a model, and she's kind of like annoying and, like, pushy in a way.
Yeah, she's very... I loved and hated her, but she's just a very... I liked her, but at the same time I didn't. There was times that I liked her and times that I didn't. But it's just... She's... I don't know how to explain it. I can't tell if I love or hate her character, so...
Mm-hmm. So Meredith... gets the surgery. I guess her and Christina make up or whatever. It's not like they're, like, the best of friends, though. We're still literally on episode 1. Like I keep saying, like, you know, they have an argument, they make up in the same episode, although I'm sure there's more coming with that friendship, I'm assuming. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then final thing I want to add is Meredith. So she visits her mom at home, and I guess she decides to keep the house because she was originally going to sell it. It turns out her mom has Alzheimer's, and that's pretty sad. What do you think of that?
It gets very dramatic, and there's a lot to unpack with her mom. The thing is, I can't not like Meredith's mom because she has Alzheimer's, but I don't know, it just gets worse, honestly. Like, it doesn't really get better with her mom, so I don't know.
Well, that is sad, then. Thanks for informing me on that. That's kind of all we have to say, but did you like this first episode of the show?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was, during the whole thing, though, I was like, literally, this is just the first episode and all this stuff is happening. I was really surprised. And then there's, 9 episodes per season, and then it gets just more and more, 20-something for the rest of them. I'm like, oh boy, this is, going to be, a long journey to get through. But we'll be back to hopefully talk more episodes at some point, and Ada will be rewatching, and I'll be watching. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. Okay, so thanks everyone for watching this podcast, and we'll be back. Bye, everyone.
Bye.